12th. I'm here with my man Andrew Quady, and we are talking to Cole Kasper and the quickly rising Cole Kasper, I should say. Cole, how long you been arm wrestling? Oh, shit. So you're only 19 years old. Oh, wow. Okay. So how did you get started at 9 years old? So you keep going. Go ahead. So were you just pulling locally? So were you just pulling locally, or did you travel when you were younger, too? So when did you really start getting into actually competing and going at it? Right. All right. I mean, I don't think there's really an age limit, but I do have a mic issue, so I hate to do this, but could we just kind of like start that whole fucking thing over? Or what do you want to do? Do you want me to just turn the mic on right now? The mic was not connected up, so I just found out that we don't have any mic. So what's your call? No, but I hate Cole having to restart that whole fucking story. So we'll just we'll just turn it on. All right. Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right. So we're here with Cole, June 12th, and we're going to talk about what's going on with this match and what's going on with Cole Kasper. So Cole, you have been pulling for what, 10 years?
Yeah.
10 years. You started when you were 9.
hmm
And tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so started playing when I was 9. My uncle was an arm wrestler. I just kind of started tagging along with him, going to practices every week, going with him whenever he went to a competition, was pulling like the kids' classes whenever they had them, and then slowly worked my way up to like the amateur classes to around like age 13. And then I started winning amateur classes. And around that time was when I started training like specifically for arm wrestling, like actual strength training in the gym for arm wrestling. Like I wanted to pursue something in the sport from a young age.
I'm so jealous of that. There was nothing where I was at. I always liked arm wrestling, but
hmm
there was never anything around.
Yeah, I got lucky. I got lucky with like the scene, you know. It was like a half-hour drive to Steve Rouse gym where you had like a group of like
Oh
15, 10
man,
guys, you
dude,
know, and then I would just tag along with my uncle to like every competition that he went to because he was obsessed with it too.
who's your uncle?
Lee Jobilius is his name. You
Okay,
probably pulled him if you're from like, especially like the Minnesota, Wisconsin area. He hasn't been active for a while, but like 5, 6 years ago, you definitely probably came across him on the table. You know,
what weight?
especially
What
if you
weight is he?
he pulled everywhere from like 165 to like 200 back down. He would like gain and lose weight like crazy. You know, he
Him and
pulled like
Hanlon
just
never
about
get him and Hanlon never get tied up.
Hanlon definitely remembers my uncle. He would know
Yeah,
him for sure.
yeah, gotcha.
So
Or
when was it that you got
that's right.
actually going?
Like when you think like when I started being like competitive in the pro class,
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, I won my first state title when I was 16. I won Wisconsin State when I was 16. So I think winning your first like pro state title is probably like a good like all right, now you're like a competitive pro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's big.
Yeah.
State title. Yeah.
So yeah, when I
Yeah.
was 16, I won the 154 Wisconsin State title.
Nice. Damn, that's crazy.
And that's only 3 years ago, so that's like, what, 2020, I would assume?
Yeah.
Okay, because I noticed you probably mid-21, I would say, when you started showing up on the nationally ranked side of things. So
Yeah.
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 that was
How'd you
probably
get there?
what, yeah,
How'd you get ranked?
mid-21. What was it that gave you that boost?
Yeah, so basically, I got a car so I could start traveling, and like I knew I was strong enough, so I finally got a car so I can like go to these guys and kick their ass.
So it was just a matter
You
of
know?
getting out there.
Just
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
there.
It's like I
yeah.
was
When
always
I
number
was,
15. I just hadn't been
yeah,
seen
I
yet.
was. No, seriously, and that's what like everybody in the area told me, and I knew that too. Cause like I trained like an animal. My entire okay, for example, my entire high school career, you know, I would wake up before school and do just like all my arm wrestling specifics in my basement for like an hour and a half of just arm wrestling training, go to school, and then I would go to work, and then I would go back to like the actual gym by my house and do like my general strength training. So like I was training for like 3 or 4 hours a day for arm wrestling. Like I've been obsessed like my whole life pretty much, you know?
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
when I was like a little after when I was 16, I could finally afford to get a car. So the day I got my car, I packed all my shit and headed to a tournament called Quest for the Best in Michigan the day
I've heard of
after.
that. I've heard of
Hmm.
that.
Yup. I went there. It was the day after I got my license, and that was the first thing I
No,
did
man.
with my car. Was I traveled to a competition, pulled the 165 class, and I didn't know that Kevin Pelko and Michael Hitt were going to be there, and I ended up beating both of them. So yeah,
Damn.
Okay, so that's what put you on the map.
yeah.
Then they
That's pretty
noticed.
good to beat Michael Head as a rookie. I mean, damn.
Did that
Yeah, it
do
was.
something to your confidence at that point? Because at June, then from that point, I would say the next 6 months or so, you kind of skyrocketed up then. And then
Yeah,
once
it
you were
did. It
seen, I
definitely.
think you got up to maybe in the top 5 or something like that. So
Yeah, it definitely like let me because I always kind of thought it, you know, like in my head, I was kind of like, well, the only thing I can control is like outworking everybody. And I kind of had a rough idea that I was kind of up there. And I was a little like upset about it, you know, like I was like, I deserve to be up there, but because I didn't have a car, you know, I wasn't there, and it kind of pissed me off. So I kind of showed up to that competition with a little bit of angst, you know?
hmm something to prove.
But yeah, yeah, definitely. And then once I like kind of got it, you know, and it was cool because I got that respect for my peers, you know, like everybody that I pull, you know, I have tremendous respect for, you know, I get the whole competing aspect. It's just part of the game. And it was cool once they like kind of showed me that back, you know, like they see me as like a competitive puller, you know. It
Hmm.
wasn't like sometimes when I was like 15, whenever I would like somebody would like, oh, he's a 15-year-old kid, and then I'd smoke him, and then like, oh shit, he's not just a 15-year-old kid, you
Yeah, no
know. And I
shit.
could kind
Right.
of tell they were giving it to me, you know.
Yeah.
So even then, so let's say in 2020 when you won that state title, what's your walk around weight at that point? Is it still 165, or were you cutting to hit 54, or were you just
Yeah, I was
walking in?
definitely cutting. I was definitely cutting. So I remember that Wisconsin State was the first time I cut like a shit ton of weight because I wrestled in high school, so that was like I know how to cut weight.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the first time I did like a 10-pound water cut and that whole deal. And I like rehydrated and ate like an asshole after. As soon as I weighed in, I ate like a family sized box of those little Desme Star Crunch cakes and like a tub of Ben and Jerry's ice cream, and I was dying in the hotel room. I was like,
Oh,
I am not gonna be able to compete tomorrow, man. I was sick. It was amazing.
yeah, you ate the wrong shit.
Dude, yeah, I know way better now. I know the whole
Yeah,
science behind it, but
yeah.
dude, tell you what though, those little Debbie Star Crunch cakes, that's some after
Dude.
cutting some weight, that's a spiritual experience.
Oh, I bet. I used to eat Krispy Kreme donuts when I worked for the railroad. We were doing training, and the hotel was connected to a Krispy Kreme, and I would get 4 donuts and a thing of vitamin D milk every night when I was 19, trying to gain weight. Couldn't gain
Oh,
a
dude,
pound. Couldn't gain
that's
a pound.
awesome. That's
It was fun though.
legendary right there. That's awesome.
I did that for 3 weeks. Well, not every night, but most nights. It was fun, but I didn't gain any weight.
Oh my God, dude. Are you somebody that struggles to gain weight most of the time?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, I got a cheat code for you. Just carry.
What's
I did
that?
this when I was bulking for like powerlifting meets, especially when I
Yeah.
was in high school and I didn't want to like, I could only prep like 5 meals to bring with me to school. I would just walk around with a family-sized jar of Jif peanut butter and eat like 2 tablespoons every class.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to eat a lot of peanut butter when I lifted hardcore back in the day. A lot of
hmm
peanut
It's a
butter.
cheat code, dude. There's some anabolic shit in that.
Yeah. A lot of fucking calories, I guess.
Yeah, dude. You don't want to get the gross natty peanut butter though. You want that one with like all the growth hormone in it.
Right?
Yeah.
Get the Tyson chicken with the steroids and hormones in it.
Dude, yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah. Right.
So
Yep.
now it's 3 years later. You're 19. Are you still at 165? And are you heavier now? And you're just pulling
Hell no, I seen
72s to
I seen the
challenge
picture
yourself?
you're at climbing yesterday. What the fuck?
Oh,
It looked
yeah.
like Paul. It looked like fucking Paul Lynn on that damn mountain you were
Yeah, dude. I walk
climbing.
around at like 180 right now.
180.
Yeah.
Yeah, I walk around at 180 and I cut to 76, cut to 72. I'm like and I'm just as lean as when I was like at that weight, but I was way younger too when I was at 165.
Right.
That's what happens, especially
Do
when
you
you're
think
older,
you're still going up? Are you going to be a 190 guy eventually? Or do you think you're going
Not
to
for a
level out
very
about
long
here
time.
and 172 is your spot?
For sure. I feel super comfortable at this weight and I'm very strong pound for pound. And like thinking about going up to 190, maybe in the future, but for my leverages right now, it's advantageous to stay in 176 and 172,
I totally agree. Totally agree.
because that's a huge part of arm wrestling, the leverages and lengths.
Yeah, you could probably be top 5 at 72, go to 190. It might be tough to crack top 12 just because of the height and the length of arm.
Exactly. And when I was cutting to 54, that was like at 54, I could top roll a lot of the like top 10 guys because my forearm was so much longer,
Right.
That's why, especially you probably noticed when I started pulling like 76, I'm pulling inside like 90% of the time,
Right.
Yeah.
So this
Right.
match coming up is at 72 versus Cody VandeWeerd, and you actually asked for this match. Why did you choose Cody?
Because I want to, dude, Strongest Badge is like one of the biggest competitions in the Midwest. And I really couldn't get anybody else to compete at the time. They're either too busy or they already had a match, And Cody is a guy, I think Cody's pretty underrated in the 72 class, I think he kind of took a break for a second here. So, like, he kind of, like, not that he got forgotten about, but he hasn't been, there's been a lot of other pullers that have been, like, taking the spotlight, but, like, Cody's still a badass. And he wanted it, he was excited about it. And with both our styles, it's going to make for a war, and that's what you live for as an athlete, those screamers, I don't know if I'm as strong as him inside,
You're going to try to find out, though, huh? Or
Yeah,
are
that's
you?
kind of the idea. No, I'm not planning on top rolling him. I want to beat him at where he's strongest, you know? Because I feel
I
like
think you're.
I know my outside game is stronger than his. I hope that doesn't sound arrogant, but like I'm very confident in that at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're at least equal inside, my opinion, especially if he's 72. I felt him at 185, and you were probably close then. I don't know if he can
Hmm.
keep it. I don't know if he can keep all the strength losing the 13. Is he just
I'm not
naturally
sure
lighter
Cody was
now?
ever
Or is he,
185. He might have been pulling 85. I doubt
well,
he's
yeah,
weighing 185 ever. I don't think. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know, but I
no, it could be. Yeah, it was just the 185 class.
He
But
might be. He might be because I know Cody cut some weight to make when he was making like 76 at Michigan 2 years ago.
yeah,
And he's like
yeah, that's
me where he
true.
does like an actual water cut and everything. So he might like that might be his walk around weight. So when you pulled him at 85, that might have been him just like going to a competition or something and like, well, I don't need a cut because I'm
Yeah,
gonna smash everyone in that class, you know? Like I know what that's like.
yeah,
because Cody can make 65, I think. So he might have
really.
trouble
Well,
doing it, but I thought so. But I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not
I got you.
Hmm.
I'm not as
It'll be a
weight
war. I
trained.
know that. It'll be
Hmm.
close. It'll be good.
Yeah,
He's,
and I know Cody's gonna show up strongest, like stronger than he's ever have. Because if you ever, okay, Cody's one of those guys. If you ever want to like talk to about training philosophies and ideologies, he knows strength training. You know, especially like he has a little bit of a powerlifting background. I think. Like I remember when I was talking to him at Michigan like 2 years ago. Like it was kind of like a game recognizes game. He understands like the programming and all of it. Like he just knows strength training in general, and he's had a good carryover into arm wrestling.
he's got a good team over there in Kansas that he trains with, so he's definitely putting the work in. What team do you train with?
Just 1 second. I'll be back in a second.
All right.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
Dad needed to move my car.
Oh,
He doesn't know what arm wrestling is, so he doesn't really care.
you need to go
Yeah.
move it?
Nah, he's got it.
Okay, right on.
Yeah. How's your endurance these days?
Pretty good. I have really good endurance. Sorry, you asked what team I train with. Right now, I'm training
Oh
with
yeah, yeah,
Sam.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm training with Sam Tabbert. I don't know if you remember him.
I
Oh
do.
yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, Sam's an animal.
Yeah.
We're called the Fox Valley Finger Blasters. We train out in Appleton.
Appleton, Wisconsin.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I got a
Nice.
buddy that's from there, so I've actually been to Appleton a couple times.
Yeah, dude, Appleton's great. There's a bunch of stuff to do. It's like the only place to do things in this area of Wisconsin.
The original butter burger that I ever had came from Appleton, Wisconsin. It's some little bar. I don't remember the name of the place, but
Yeah, I know
swear
what
there
you're
was
talking
more
about.
butter than burger on that burger.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
dude. I know what you're talking about. You feel your blood pressure rise like 3 bites in. It's amazing.
They got like an ice cream
Yeah,
scoop that they use for butter.
yeah, it's
Oh
all.
my
Yeah,
God.
seriously. Yeah.
Damn.
But either
Hmm.
way, so the what was it? The finger bangers,
Finger blasters.
finger blasters.
Yeah, man.
We got to get you on the map. I don't think you're on that team map because I would have remembered that name. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did
dude,
that
just
wrong.
watch out, watch out. We got a lot of good people up and coming, which is pretty sick.
Is Sam coming with you down to the to St. Louis?
Maybe. Maybe he's gonna try. Right now, he's getting married and everything, so he's still training his ass off. It's gonna be a little bit till he can travel out of state to compete. But he's so strong right now, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, at the
Sam,
last
like, kind
event,
of.
he murdered it left-handed. I remember at the last event. I think
Dude,
Brent was
he
the
can
only
fucking
one to give him anything.
he
Yeah.
can fuck a bracket up real quick.
Hmm.
Yeah, Sam. He's a quiet giant. He'll just kind of like hide in the shadows and come out of nowhere and destroy everyone.
Yeah, that's good training partners then to have. Because you are,
Hmm.
is it Iowa?
Where do I live?
Yeah, where are you out of?
No, I live in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Okay, it is Wisconsin. So you're in Appleton, actually, not just training there?
Yeah, I live like right on the outskirts. There's a town called Green Bay. Like I see like it's like a 10-minute drive to Lambeau Field from my house.
Yeah, we've heard of Green Bay.
Everybody's
Yeah.
heard of Green Bay. All right.
Damn,
so,
have you lived there your whole life?
No, I was in Flint for a while, Flint, Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't drink the water. Or maybe.
Don't drink the water.
Maybe, I don't know. It might make you stronger, man. You might get some superpowers.
Dude, I'm thinking go get me some of that shit and bottle it up.
Yeah, dude, I swear there's some strong arm wrestlers out of Flint, Michigan.
Mm.
so that makes you a Packers fan, I assume?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
So what do you
The
think
only
about
football
your
team I
boy
really pay
leaving
attention
town?
to. Oh, dude, bro, you should beat, dude, everybody. It's all everybody talks about right now. I can't even, it's like sad. I swear, I saw like two old people wearing Packer jerseys in the Walmart parking lot fist fighting this morning. It was crazy.
Oh my god.
People passionate about the Packers around here. You
They
either
are.
love them or you hate them.
Yeah.
All right, so for your match, do you have a referee preference?
Oh, man.
Or does that not
No, I
matter
really
to you?
don't. No, it doesn't really matter to me. Like, I want to say Leonard, but also sometimes I get nervous when Leonard, like, refs, because I'm like, he's so good that he's going to see when you're trying to pull some slick shit. And I might have to try to pull some slick shit.
I think
gonna
they
be
all
straight
might
up,
catch
man.
that, but I hear what you're saying.
Dude, you ever, like, try to do something and Leonard gives you that, like, look where you just kind of, like, makes it feel like you're getting yelled at by your dad? It's horrible.
He looks at you like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, well, I've been asking.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to lean towards Leonard for sure.
Yeah.
Seems to be what's going. So I haven't got to Cody yet. I think we talked to him Wednesday. So
Mm.
You
good
know
to
you're
see
going to
that.
get a fair shake with Leonard.
Yeah, but it also sucks when, like, you like getting to the straps and it's like I just have to hit really hard so it doesn't look like it's intentional because you know you're getting called for it.
I mean, do you want to go to the
he-
straps?
I was going to say, just clarify that ahead of time with Cody. Save you guys some trouble.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
Cody's going to deny you the straps if you ask him.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure
that's
he'll
the thing.
go. I'm sure
Yeah,
he'll
he's-
go to the strap.
He likes the straps too, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure he won't mind that at all.
Yeah, save your elbow. Just go straight
Yeah,
to it.
I would just agree to that. Gentleman's agreement.
Or is it one of
Mhm.
those things where all of a sudden he wants to go to the straps and then you change your mind? Now you don't want to give it to him? 'Cause he
Yeah,
wants it?
pretty much. Pretty much, dude. I'm gonna
Whatever you
I want
want,
to
you
see what
can't
it's like
have.
without it. Yeah.
All right, so if you had to make a prediction, do you think you're just sweeping this out 3-0 still, or do you think you're in
Oh,
for
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
No,
problem?
it's gonna be 3-0 and everyone's gonna be a war. But I have like the endurance. Like I'm so proud of my endurance. I just don't gas out.
And then are you going to turn around then and wreck everybody in the tournament right afterwards too?
Oh, for sure, dude. I want to beat Austin Tevis.
Yeah.
Oh
what you're
yeah,
coming
dude.
for?
I love Austin. Dude, yeah. Dude, he's so like angsty on the table. I love it. He like adds that aura to the whole like being competitive. Some people don't like that just because, you know, they can't match that, you know. It makes them uncomfortable, so they kind of take it the wrong way, but he's just a dude that's passionate about the sport, so and I relate to that, you know.
I don't see you backing down from anybody, honestly.
Nah, man.
Right. So speaking of that, what do you think of the replacement match for Tevis on the card with having to
Dude,
pull Dalton Duncan in?
Yeah, okay, so like a lot of people are like, from what I've seen, a lot of people saying like Austin's gonna win, but like I think Dalton's one of those guys that's super underrated just because he hasn't traveled a whole lot. You know? Yeah, see, I see you smirking. You think the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
he, dude,
I saw him at the last event that I threw in St. Louis, and I mean he wrecked the whole event. He came in,
Yeah.
he won his super match 3-0, and then proceeded to go through that 172 bracket that at the time had like 9 of the top 15 guys in the country in it. It was a serious bracket where every match was a war, and he comes out on top of that thing and actually beat Dusty at the time. I know it was 2 years ago, but it doesn't change the fact that that's what I remember was him coming in and wrecking everything. So that doesn't seem that long to me. I know Austin's on a tear. Austin's probably the favorite, but I agree. I think with Dalton being not ranked right now because I think he had a baby. He's just been kind of off the radar maybe.
Oh, dude. If that's why
just
he's
maybe forgot.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, yeah, for sure. Same thing for, dude, Zach Hayden just kind of had a kid until he was off from a break, dude. And nobody realizes how much stronger Zach Hayden is from the last time he competed. Now he's like training full bore. Like Zach Hayden, I felt him on the side table at Michigan State. And instantly I was like, okay, this is the Zach Hayden that I remember. Like when he was pulling like 198, he's just as strong as that at 172 right now, which is bananas.
Man. Yeah, he looked did he pull 76 at Illinois State down there? Because he looked relatively small from what I remember, where I was like, he looked like he could make 72. I remember the first year he pulled 76, he looked huge.
Yeah,
I was surprised
but
he even
Zach
made 76.
Yeah, Zach is like, I shit you not, like 50-60% stronger than what he was at Illinois State. Because he showed up to Illinois State right after having his kid, having like a break and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I felt from Illinois State to what I felt a little bit on the side table now from Michigan State when we were pulling. And I know side table isn't like competition, but it's still an indicator. It's just like,
oh yeah,
violent, dude, but way violently stronger. It's the Zach Hayden that I remember like in his prime before he like took time off.
And Dalton has been MIA, but I don't think he's been too active. I know he's joking about saying he's off the couch, but I don't think he's like directly off the couch. He's got a big team down there too. And he was giving trouble to Brent Rockers up here during that event. So I mean, he's definitely has a style that could throw a wrench in there.
I think it's gonna be 3-2. Whatever, like whoever wins, it's gonna be like a 3-2 match. Like it's not. I don't think it's gonna be a sweep. But
yeah, I don't think so either.
So let me ask you your thought. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was just going to ask you your thoughts on some of these other matches then while we're at it. Do you know who Lincoln Munger is?
Here, I'm going to look at it real quick. If I see a face, I remember. I'm definitely a face guy. Who's he pulling?
Tim Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
205-pound. Lincoln Munger is Austin Jagger's manager.
Yeah, Tim Lewis is going to beat him. That's what I think.
Yeah, you just pulled Tim, right? Michigan State?
Yeah, that was the hardest match of my life.
Yeah, how'd that go? I didn't get a chance to see that yet, so I know I heard that you won.
Yeah, I won 3-2.
Oh, really?
It was I had to bust out the top roll, which not nearly as good. It's not nearly compared to my inside, but I still had to bust that out and be fast.
That's a good win.
Did you come in at 176 because you had to weigh in for the tournament?
Nope, I didn't pull the tournament. Heavy? I came in super fat and strong, dude. I came in at 190.
All right. And what was he, like 210 probably, or did he?
Yeah. Well, he was way more than 210, I think.
220 was the class there probably, so.
Yeah.
And so how'd it go? Was it the first round?
First round? No, first round him. We got stuck in the hook, and it lasted for what felt like forever, dude. Just like an absolute center table screamer, and just like slowly dragged over to the side, to his side of the table, and he pressed me. And then second one, I was able to bust his hand back and kind of press into it. Kind of, if you saw what when Austin Tevis pulled him a while back, that's kind of how I got a win on him too. Low hand topple, crank the hand back, and then like into a press. And then the third round, went back to him. And then he fouled out, and then the last round, I got the win, But, like, every round was a screamer, and then there was elbow fouls, restarts, slips to the strap. It was wicked. I can't wait for Brad to release that video because it was awesome. It was
like to see that.
Dude, every match was a screamer. I'm not, like, what's it called when you got to hit the inhaler. I don't have asthma, but like I like 10 minutes after the match, I threw up in the bathroom. Yeah. And I was laying down on the ground next to my teammates. I had to use one of their inhalers to breathe because I kept losing my breath. It was metal as fuck. It was great.
Good Lord.
Dude,
Tim seems to
Tim
bring
is-
that out of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
Yeah,
too,
don't-
that you got Brad there to capture that at the time because you know that it's coming back and it's like you're going to get that moment.
Oh
you know?
yeah, it'll be gold.
Yeah, dude, don't get stuck in the hook with Tim. And whoever says biceps don't help in arm wrestling is fucking dumb because it obviously does. Because I cannot move that thing. It was like just a lock.
Lincoln Munger says he's going to hook him.
He's fucked up. No, he's not. It's not gonna go well for him. Sorry, that was mean. Maybe he can. Maybe he's just. I don't know much about him. Maybe he's obnoxiously strong, but I don't see that happening because if you hook
It's
him,
not just
that's.
it's not just strength. I mean, it is, of course, if you're way stronger, but
Mhm.
he's not gonna be that overwhelming that he's just gonna flash pin Tim. If he can just pull for 25 minutes, round after
Yeah.
round, so you got to have crazy endurance too.
Yeah, I gotta look more into him. Maybe I'm like saying some very arrogant shit right now, and if I am, I'm sorry, but I would never ever intentionally hooked him. I tried doing that round one, and it sucked.
Well,
Yeah.
he knows what he is for, so we'll see what happens. What about Oscar Anderson versus Joel Cagle?
Oscar's gonna take it clean sweep.
Yeah?
hmm
You seem
Is
real
Oscar
confident
coming
in
off
him.
of a break? Yeah. Is Oscar
has
coming off of a break?
Has been a little bit not as active as he normally is. And for the last, I would say, month and a half or so, whenever that match got announced, he's been back at it. He's been consistent, so he's been training.
Yeah,
He's going to
because
be ready to go.
It doesn't take him long to get back to good shape.
yeah, I felt both of them, and I just think Oscar, from what I remember, obviously there was quite a bit of time before I pulled both of them. I think Oscar is just stronger in every lane. Also, Oscar has like longer leverages too, so
Long hand.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much of. I don't know if Joe's pulled a lot out of his done a lot of pulling up classes and stuff, but that's a whole different ball game when you're trying to cup somebody in when they're have a way longer leverage. Can you fight somebody's rise? Because that's for me, it's 90% setting up. It's very technical. How am I gonna get this match? Can you manipulate the refs? Because when somebody has a longer form than you gotta.
Yeah.
I've never gripped up with Joel, so I don't really
either.
have much to go by. I do think that he walks about the same weight as Oscar. I don't think they're that far apart, even though Joel's pulling 155s mainly. He actually wanted a heavier match, and he wanted a war, so
He's
I
gonna
think
get it.
Oscar's the war,
Yeah.
right?
That's the cool
Yeah.
thing about Kegel too, is he's another one of those really passionate pullers. He just doesn't back down to people, which I respect.
Yeah, it should definitely be exciting on the table for sure.
It'll be an exciting match, yeah, no matter what.
Talking
Yeah,
about
I
exciting,
haven't-
we got what were you going to say?
I was say I haven't seen Oscar pull in a bit, man. I'm excited to see him whenever he starts
Yep.
screaming and shit.
He'll be good. He'll be crazy.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure
That'd be
he's ever
crazy.
pulled anybody his weight either, at least in a super match. He's always pulling the
Mhm.
heavier guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He pulled Kyle Thunder Nelson a couple years ago. Who else? Pulled somebody else.
Oh, dude, I totally
That's
forgot that
Sterling.
happened.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
awesome.
dude.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm gonna see Kyle in a little bit, in a few weeks. I'm gonna make fun of him for that. I totally forgot that happened.
Yeah, Oscar beat his ass.
Yeah,
He was
dude.
on fouls, I think, so you got to give him that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Kyle was 220.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
wasn't
it was a
Kyle
war, man. It
giggling
was a
the whole
good
time?
match.
Wasn't Kyle didn't he keep giggling before and after the setup?
Yeah, he was he was laughing.
Yeah,
and
they were having a good time, man. It
Yeah,
was
they
a
were
Yeah,
shame.
having
dude.
a good time. He didn't take it as serious as he should have.
Yeah,
get a
he
win
got too
anyway.
stoned before the match. That's why.
Yeah, he was all about the pit vipers and his look more than he was about winning the match.
Dude, yeah, Kyle's great. He's such a
Oh,
good
yeah.
guy for the sport.
Oh yeah,
He puts on little events around Illinois for everybody,
he
promotes it,
does. Yeah,
right?
When you talk
Yeah,
to him,
speaking
tell
of
him
that-
I got a guy for him. I wanted to set him up with one of my guys, Cody Crump.
Cody Crump,
Okay.
that would be a great match. Yeah.
I think that's a
That'd
good
be
match
sick.
for him.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that'd be a great match.
Yeah.
Well,
If anybody wants to come to a great art, like just kind of like arm wrestling party, like it's an event, but it's mostly everybody getting super drunk and arm wrestling at a bar after. He's holding his mega practice July 8th. He's doing a bunch of super matches and round robins, but dude, just show up to arm wrestle because there's gonna be like 10 tables and like the entire Midwest scene around us is gonna be there, just like having a party and pulling. It's just something to put on specifically for the arm wrestlers.
That's
It's
awesome.
just a great time.
Where is that?
It's gonna be at a bar called Hot Rod Nelly's, right on the border of Illinois and Wisconsin, I think.
Okay, so that's where he does all his underground arm. Was that underground arm fights? Is that what he calls it?
Yeah.
Yeah, He does it. He does it. Mm-hmm.
Like round robins, I think. Those type of deals.
Yeah.
So you also got Caleb Velasco. I'm sure you're familiar with him from California.
Yeah.
Versus
Caleb
Sam
Armbender.
Taylor.
Mm.
I know you've pulled Sam probably.
Yeah, I think Sam's gonna win.
Yeah, Sam's a big favorite in that one. I think Caleb, he knows it coming into it. So to me, that always makes it interesting when a guy knows he's the underdog and is embracing that coming in. Like, yeah, I know. I think
you
that's
gotta
always makes for an interesting match.
Yeah, whenever you got to be, on edge whenever you got somebody like that because, they got a different idea of what's going on, and that's spooky.
Almost makes you want to question your confidence, right?
Yeah, which is cool because they got way stronger than last time. So either way, you're going to see something interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Sam. Every time I see Sam, it's impressive, and then I'm like, how much stronger can this little fucking guy get? And then he gets stronger and better and faster, more versatile. Now he's pressing really good, man. He's good.
And he's one of those guys, right, that everybody says, he doesn't look like the arm wrestler, so
Right.
he's sneaky, and underestimated. But now people know who he is.
Yeah.
And they're not underestimating him, and he's still winning.
Right. Yeah.
So
He got
What about-
fourth or fifth in the round robin? Fifth?
he didn't do bad. I don't know the placement of all that, but
I think he got fifth, which is really good.
what about Billy Croup and Scott Wynn?
Oh, dude, Billy's going to smash him.
Smash him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Billy's going to destroy him. He's going to... Man, are they putting money on that?
No, I do not think they have money on it.
Oh, good thing Scott wouldn't put money on it. Billy would take his entire 401k before he retires.
Oh, shit. Nice.
What about Mirzad Kablic and Bo Olsen?
Oh,
Do I know those guys? I'm gonna look at their. That's actually way harder than. That's gonna be a good match. Man, isn't Bo's lighter than the other guy, right? I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
know him. I can't pronounce his name. I fucking was with him at
Mirzad's one of
IFA
my
Worlds.
guys. He's got the longer
Yeah.
blonde hair. He's a bigger guy. He'll be.
No, yeah, I
242.
know him. Especially him and Max Kapperman used to have some pretty good matches a few years ago.
Yeah, at Nationals, I think, or Worlds.
Worlds.
Yeah.
Junior side.
juniors, yeah.
Yeah, and from what I've been seeing around him, he's way stronger now. So
Yeah, I think he was
I
210.
think he's
then.
gonna take it. Yeah,
He was 210 then, yeah.
yeah, he was doing really, dude. I was watching him at East vs West. He was doing pretty good. He looked strong.
Yeah, he drew Matt Mass first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Shit.
sucks.
I know.
He didn't get pinned either, supposedly. They called it a pin, but I'm not sure. I had a bad angle. But you think Mirzad
Yeah.
takes it, huh?
Yeah, like 3-1, something like that.
Wow.
Like a convincing win.
Awesome. And then Bo's teammate Jake Houston versus Kevin Palco, and that one's at 165 pounds, not at 155.
Jake Houston.
Jake Houston. And
Yeah,
then-
I know. I feel like a lot of people are gonna say. I don't know what people have been saying. I think a lot of people are probably gonna root for Kevin Palco, but I think Jake Houston is just stronger
Jake's
in the
been on
hook
tear.
too. Yeah.
Dalton
What's the weight on
Duncan,
that?
Say that 165 for Jake and Kevin.
Okay.
And Kevin will be coming in at 165, so they'll both be hitting that weight. And then I guess both pulling the tournament. If they stay in, they'll pull 72. So that adds an addition to that.
Ooh. So wait, you're
too.
telling me Kevin's gonna be pulling 72?
I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't pull the tournament. I mean, he seems to be a guy that likes to pull, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna fucking destroy him, dude. I got some beef to settle with him. Not actual beef, but I got a score to settle.
Yeah, you and him got a rematch coming up.
Oh, dude, you got me all excited now. Kevin Pelko, I hope you're training really hard because I know I've been training harder than you.
I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't be in the bracket. I'm not saying he is.
He will be now.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Dude.
Did he get you last time or something?
Yeah, he did. I beat him one time, left hand Michigan, and then he ended up beating me twice. Or he beat me once, and then I beat him left in finals, and then that's how it went. And then before that, at Quest for the Best, it was like the same deal. I beat him once, and then I ended up getting injured when I pulled Michael Hitt, and he smashed me, and I hated it. But I also love Kevin. He's a good guy to talk to.
Oh yeah, good guy.
Yeah,
should be good.
Yeah, he's the reason I got into rock climbing, man.
You doing that too, huh?
Oh, dude, I got super into rock climbing this past year. That's helped so much with arm wrestling. I can like top roll and shit now.
It does seem to translate rather well, it seems. There's a lot of guys that are starting to do that. So how's that going?
Yeah, great. I fell in love with the sport. I just love it. So like right now I'm like training in the gym for arm wrestling like 5 days a week with 3 days of rock climbing on top of that.
Really? And that doesn't wear out like the tendons in your fingers, your hands or anything to where you're not able to maintain?
It does at first. At first, but that's how you adapt. That's what getting stronger is. I think, dude, I'm like chronically overtrained all the time. I think it's part of the deal. You got to overtrain before your body gets used to it. Raise that GPP. That's how you get used to it. You got to adapt to some sort of fatigue. But like I remember the first time I was like just getting destroyed at practice like every week by like amateurs, and people that I knew I was way stronger than. But when I would like take a break, go to a competition, like a 2-week deload or something, I would feel like violently strong. But now I'm to the point now where it's like I'm used to it. Like I can handle that much workload. It just takes time. It sucks for like a few months until you get used to it.
All right. So you're sitting right now, number 10 in the country, right-handed at 172.
Sick.
How long until you're number 1?
2 years max.
2 years.
I want to get it done next year, but 2 years max.
So you're going to go
reasonable
3-0 in your super match. You said, are you going to turn around and follow it up with 2 gold gladiators?
Yeah, that's basically the plan.
And nobody's worrying you.
I know I'm going to have a war with Austin Tevis. And obviously there's a few people worrying. But like with Austin, he's a guy that I've been training really hard for ever since I got to feel him at Illinois. And it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm going to show up and smash him, but I definitely know the win is there. I just got to like will it into existence, Is
that both hands or just a specific hand you're eyeing?
No, both hands.
He was trying to get Dalton to put up $1,000 for that left hand too.
I wouldn't. That's pretty close, man. Dalton's got a strong left.
Yeah, Dalton said he's not doing nothing. He could barely open a door with his left hand. He wasn't putting any money on it.
Shit.
Are you sure? I think Dalton's trying to.
That was what he said. I don't know. I'm not saying that.
I don't know, man. Is Dalton not as strong as the last time he pulled? I think he's trying to pull something. I think he's trying to be sneaky.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's all mind games at this point, right? Like.
Yeah,
he put $1,000 on this
strong
match with Austin. Anybody that's putting $1,000 on a match to arm wrestle, they're coming in confident. Nobody's putting that kind of money down and not coming in confident.
Right.
So I honestly think they're both underestimating each other. That's the way I'm
totally
seeing it.
agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, well, I hope he's not underestimating Austin because he's just like getting stronger and stronger every time, especially because like now he like wants that spot, when you're hungry, that's like there's a whole like other level of showing up to a competition and like I'm gonna take everybody's head off.
Well, they got it. It's going to definitely set off some fireworks, I think. One thing is that replacement sure is getting a little more trash talk involved in it than the original match, that's for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you can trash talk Dustin Hyatt,
Right.
He's so
it's
nice
just not
and
possible.
yeah, and he's like he's got the spot, It's just like, well, he is that good,
Yeah. And it was a complete 180 to all of a sudden now it's almost like they hate each other. They didn't even know who they were like 5 minutes ago. So
Yeah, I think Austin hates everybody he's about to pull. He's like really good at getting that competitive mindset, man. I love pulling him. Dude, he'll get angry and it'll like, as long as you don't puss out, it'll like add to the environment, It's just like, yeah, bring it on.
it should be interesting. Well, Cole, I don't want to keep. Oh, go ahead, dude. Sorry.
Have you pulled Dalton much, Cole?
I've never got to pull him, man.
I didn't think you did.
No,
I'm sure he'll pull 72 also.
Right on, man. I wanted to pull him for a while. He's a cool guy. And like from what I know,
be quite the bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude. I think 72 is going to be like the most stacked class.
It always is.
Yeah,
it always is at that tournament.
I don't know if I could top the last one, but I mean it's definitely going to be in the running for it because you guys are coming out. It seems like Hayden's going to be there too. So you're throwing Hayden and Dalton and Cole, Cody, Greg Allen probably pops in.
Greg Allen.
You still got guys like Jake Wynn that get thrown in there.
Wynn.
Lane Perry might show
up. Do we know
if
Zach Hayden's coming up? Is Zach Hayden coming?
Did
you talk him into it?
I hope so.
Were you talking to him?
I mean, he should be. He's filled out a waiver, and he won Michigan State, so he earned free entry. It doesn't even cost him to get in. So
that line, that sneaky fuck. He told me he wasn't going to strongest badge.
Well, maybe he's not. If he told you that, then I don't know.
Nah. That's definitely something Zach would do. He'd tell you he's not showing up and show up violently strong.
Hey, I don't know. He was supposed to come last time and didn't make it, so maybe he's telling you the truth and.
Nah, dude. If Zach shows up, you should really be on him about that. Because if Zach shows up, I wouldn't be surprised if he takes first and smashes everyone. I wouldn't be surprised if it's me and him in the finals.
He definitely
Zach's so strong right
mix
now.
It up in there.
Damn, you really feel that confident about him?
Dude, Zach's underrated.
You can't beat him?
I have beat him, but the way he's strong right now, it's going to be way harder than last time. I still think I can beat him, but it's going to be a war.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay. Thing is, for me, it's like a style thing. Like I'm really good at getting to where Zach's at his weakest, but Zach's like also strong everywhere else. That kind of like is better for him compared to everyone, like in terms of styles. There's a lot of people that like to go outside in this bracket, and I think Zach just has the strongest low hand top four right now. Like his back pressure is ridiculous.
I only pulled him once, and it didn't last too long.
Yeah, right.
I pulled him when at Illinois State. I pulled 98, and he was 76. But he beat Billy, and I mean that's impressive to me because I know exactly how strong Billy is. So
yeah, Zach's also like my boy. I love that guy. I grew up like pulling with him in the scene, and then he was like one of those first guys that I first started chasing when I was young.
All right.
So other than just shooting for the top of the list, is there anybody out there that, without necessarily calling them out or looking past Cody or anything, like is there anybody that you got your eye on that you are looking to actually find other than Austin?
I mean, obviously Dustin Hyatt, so behind my computer, that's the camera I'm using right now. I have a whole vision board, and Dustin Hyatt's name is on that, because I want to prove that I'm the young guy up and coming, I think he's 2 or 3 years older than me, and I'm going to make sure that at 21, I'm way stronger than what he is at 21.
Nice.
So that's 21's your 2 years if you just got to make it to number one, right? So
yeah,
you're racing them to it basically.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep you all night. I do appreciate you talking to us, man. I wish you luck in your match coming up, and look forward to seeing you and being able to hang out with you for the weekend, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. And thank you for putting this on. The arm wrestling community greatly appreciates it. You know, it's very rare that the Midwest gets a promoter like this. You
Awesome,
deserve
man.
more credit for it.
Well, I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for that. We will see you soon, all right?
Good to
All
see
right,
you, Cole.
ya.
Thank
Take
you, sir.
care, man.
All right, see you.